Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. I hope you must be enjoying your studies. In our last two programs, we have covered the detailed structure and function of the outer boundary of the cell, that is the cell membrane. And today we'll be entering inside the cell to have a tour that what is there inside the cell. And definitely this tour is not possible with the naked eye. So we have to use some tool for all of these studies, and that tool is definitely the microscope. So initially this was a light microscope. So many structures were discovered. So you may be familiar with the name of Jensen's, you must be familiar with the name of Robert Hooke, Leeuwenhoek, and many other scientists. So they worked on the light microscope and they discovered the nucleus. Robert Brown discovered the nucleus and some of these bigger structure like chloroplast. But there is an era of many years that there was the problem that the resolving power of the light microscope that is limited, 200 nanometer. It means anything which is less than 200 nanometer we are unable to see. So God helped the peoples, and this was the invention of the electron microscope, which is using electron as a source of radiation to create the image. And now with the help of electron microscope we can see the structure which is 0.5 nanometer in diameter. So that has just opened the new fields in the field of microscopy to look inside the cell. Today we will be discussing about the salient feature of the cell theory, which was put forward by Schwann and Schilden, later on modified by Virchow in 1855. It will be followed by the tour of the cell. So what is there inside the cell? The liquid matrix which is there called as cytosol, and then there are certain organelles which are there inside. So first looking at the cell theory. The cell theory is going to state that all organisms, they are composed of cell and cell products. Cell is the simplest structural and functional unit of life. Organism's structure and functions are due to the activities of its cells. Cells come from only the pre-existing cells. Cells of all the species have many fundamental similarity. As an individual, we are different from each other due to collective activities and interaction of our cells. So why we are different from each other? So these are the actions of our body cells. So basically if we are going to look at this unit, all these cells, they are different in their structure. Like a nerve cell is different from a muscle cell. A muscle cell is different from the cell of the mucosa of lining of the stomach, and that is different from a alpha or beta cells in the pancreas. So these are different in their structure and they are performing different function. This is the specialization, the division of labor. God has divided the labor that you should be doing that function. A nerve cell is meant for conduction of the nerve impulse, muscles for contraction, a gastric mucosal cell for secretion of juices to digest the various material. Similarly, the alpha cells secrete glucagon and beta cells secrete the insulin. But all of these cells, they are having certain common structure, performing the common function. So in today's discussion, while going through the tour of cells inside, so we will be just looking at the common structure and common functions of the cell. Okay, looking what is there inside the cell. So this is the outer boundary, and we have already discussed the detailed structure and function of this outer boundary in our last two programs. What is there inside this outer boundary? So that is a liquid part, that is the area from the cell membrane till the nucleus. So this is the outer membrane, this is the nucleus. So this area from the cell membrane till the nucleus, this is the cytoplasm. And what it is? It is a gelatin like material inside the cell, and it is going to have a constant flow, and this is also called as protoplasm. So if we are going to look inside the cell, this is the outer boundary. So this is the cytoplasm which we have seen in the last slide, and cytoplasm is going to have a liquid part, and this is called as cytosol. Cytosol, 90% of the cytosol is water, and the rest of the components are also very vital. So it is having the nutrient, glucose, fatty acid, amino acid. It is going to have waste product. It is going to have gases. It is going to have mineral salts. So lot of compounds, they are present inside this liquid part, the cytosol. Then within this liquid part, inside the cytoplasm, so there are certain organelles, the small organelles, membrane. Some of these are bounded by the membrane, and some of these are not bounded by the membrane. So those bounded by the membrane like mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, lysosome, peroxisome, many others, and those which are non-membrane bound, non-membranous organelles. So these are the cytoskeleton, centriole, centrosome, cilia, flagella, and things like that. We will be discussing in details. So this is the cell model of an animal cell, and if we are going to look at this outer boundary, this is the cell membrane. And inside the cell membrane, so this is the cytosol, the liquid part. Then this is the nucleus. Inside the nucleus, there is a darker part which is called nucleolus. Then this is the rough endoplasmic reticulum. This is the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. And these are the microtubules and intermediate filaments which are present there. This is the centrosome and centriole. This is the Golgi apparatus. These are the vesicles which are present. Then these are some of the vacuoles which are present, and this is the mitochondria. So these are some of the organelles which are present inside a animal cell. Looking in the plant cell, so this is a model of plant cell. So in case of plant cell, this outer boundary, that is cell wall. So this was not present in case of animal cell, but beneath the cell wall, so it is having the cell membrane, which is exactly having the same structure and function as that of animal cell. And in the middle of a plant cell, so there is a large single central vacuole. We will be discussing in detail the role of that vacuole. And there are some additional structure which were not present in case of plant cell. These are the chloroplast, because the plant cells are given the additional function of the process of photosynthesis. So these are having these organelles for the performance of this function. This is the Golgi apparatus, as it was there in case of animal cell also. This is the mitochondria to provide energy, which was also there in the animal cell. These are the rough endoplasmic reticulum, nucleus, nucleolus, and this is the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So these are some common organelles which are present inside the cell. As I was discussing about the division of labor, that there are different organs performing the different function. Eyes are meant for vision, ears are there for hearing, hands and feet are there for locomotion, the stomach, intestinal tract for digestion and absorption. So similarly, within this very, very small unit of life, that is the cell, the God has given the division of labor. Labor is divided. The various compartments are there inside the cell, and they are assigned the different roles to perform. So what roles are there performed by some of these organelles? So looking at the slide, so boundaries of cell made by the membrane, movements of the cell assigned to the cytoskeleton, provision of energy for all the life-giving processes by the mitochondria, protein synthesis and transport of material. So this role was performed by multiple organelles. So nucleus is going to give the order. Then this order is coming in the form of messenger RNA to the ribosomes on the endoplasmic reticulum, and then this is given to the Golgi apparatus for finishing and packing of the products, and then the products are released by the process of vesicle formation. Role of the waste product, the storage of waste product, that is assigned to the lysosomes. The waste products which are produced, which are toxic, not required. So peroxisomes are there for the detoxification of these, and then the communication to cell, just to give the messages from one cell to other. So these are the cellular junctions which are given these roles. In our next part of discussion, we will be discussing about the structure and function of 18 organelles inside the cell, performing the various role. 9 of these, they are bounded by the membrane, and 9 of these, they are not bounded by the membrane. So 18 organelles, their structure and function, starting with the membranous organelles or the membrane bound organelles. So first membrane bound organelle is endoplasmic reticulum, followed by the Golgi apparatus, lysosomes, peroxisomes, glyoxysomes, mitochondria, plastid, vacuoles, and nucleus. Starting with the endoplasmic reticulum, what the endoplasmic reticulum is? So it is a network of tubes and sacs. These are the single membranes which are going to make a network reticulum, which are having ribosomes bounded to them, and the smooth endoplasmic reticulums which are having no ribosomes bounded to them. Looking at their pictures, so this is the rough endoplasmic reticulum. These are the membranes. This is the network of tubes and membrane, and these are the ribosome. This is giving a rough appearance. So this is called as rough endoplasmic reticulum. And this one, these are the smooth networks of these membrane. This is called as smooth endoplasmic reticulum. This is one of the electron micrograph. So electron micrograph showing these ribosomes, and ribosomes are only visible on the electron microscope because they are almost 20 nanometer in diameter. Another view of endoplasmic reticulum. So these membranes, so they are smooth, but these membranes, they are having these ribosomes attached to that. So this is the rough endoplasmic reticulum, and this membrane, this is having none of these ribosomes. So this is a smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So these are the ribosomes which are present there. These are the various vesicles which are going to bud from the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. As far as the functions of endoplasmic reticulums are concerned, the rough endoplasmic reticulum is concerned with the synthesis of protein on the surface of ribosome, storage of protein in the spaces which are called as cisternae, transport of proteins through these tubes and sacs. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum is concerned with the synthesis of phospholipid steroids. So all of our sex hormones, they are steroid in nature, the reproductive hormones. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum is assigned another role of detoxification of toxic molecule. So any harmful compound we are going to take in our diet, so that is dealt by the smooth endoplasmic reticulum of the liver cells. And the third role of smooth endoplasmic reticulum, that is the transmission of impulse in nerve and muscle fibers. In the nerve, so this is a message from the brain which is going to arrive, and in the muscles are going to contract in response to that signal from the brain. The endoplasmic reticulum, although they are having the precise function, but there are certain common function for both rough and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. They are filling most of the cell because they are the networks of tubes and sacs filling more than 2/3 of the cell, and these endoplasmic reticulum tubes and sacs, usually they are continuous with the outer boundary, that is the cell membrane, and usually they are continuous with the inner boundary, that is the nuclear membrane. So there are certain common, they are going to give a filling effect. If we remove endoplasmic reticulum, the cell is going to collapse. So they are going to give structural support, mechanical strength to the cell. In addition to that, a lot of chemical reactions are carried out inside the cell. So these tubes and sacs, they provide their surface, that this is the surface which is being provided on which the chemical reactions are going to occur. So they provide a very large surface area for the chemical reaction to be carried out. Some of these tubes and sacs, so these are the tubes, and they are used for intracellular transport within the cell. if certain chemicals want to be transported from one corner of cell, one site of cell to the other, so they are using these tubes and sacs of endoplasmic reticulum. So these are certain common function with the special function concerned with the synthesis, storage and transport of protein for rough endoplasmic reticulum, and lipid metabolism, lipid synthesis, detoxification of harmful material and the transmission of nerve impulse, that is precisely only for the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Dear students, going with the discussion of our second membrane bound organelle, that is the Golgi apparatus. So Golgi apparatus is nothing special. These are the stacks of flattened membranous sacs, and they are including the space which is called as cisternae. So these membranes, they are having exactly the same structure as that of cell membrane. So all of these membranes, they are made up of bimolecular phospholipid layers, proteins dotted here and there, and so these are the membranes. This is the one membranous sac, this is another membranous sac, another membranous sac, another membranous sac. So all of these membranous sacs, they are attached with each other. They are having two phases. From one phase which is called as cis phase, receiving phase, they are receiving the product from the endoplasmic reticulum, and then they are going to finishing the product, and then they are going to transfer this product after finishing from the trans phase which is called as shipping phase or the trans phase. The product is given in the packed form, and these packed form of the product, that is called as transport vesicles. So this is the Golgi apparatus. This is the one end of Golgi apparatus from where it is going to receive this product. Then so this is receiving the product from the endoplasmic reticulum. Then these are going to pass through these sacs, and ultimately they are given from this end, and these are the, you can say, the vesicles. Vesicles are going to bud in the packed form, and they are usually given to the plasma membrane to make the structure of that, or being exported to the outside of the plasma membrane. This is one of the electron micrograph, how on the electron microscope, so the Golgi apparatus is going to appear. The functions of Golgi apparatus is the processing, finishing and packing of proteins synthesized by endoplasmic reticulum. Another important function, cell secretion. Many secreted proteins, they are glycoprotein in nature. Then the Golgi apparatus is concerned with the sorting out of the proteins for secretion into different vesicles depending upon which destination is required for these products. Cell wall synthesis in plant cell is another important function, along with the transport and storage of lipids in the form of lipochondria. The Golgi apparatus, that is a very important organelles given the functions of finishing and packing of product. What the finishing is? Endoplasmic reticulum is going to give us the product in the raw state. Raw state means, let's say if it is a protein, message is coming from the nucleus. On the rough endoplasmic reticulum at the ribosome, the proteins are made, and these are the straight chain polypeptides. Now all the proteins in our body, they are having different shape. You can say in number, there is no number. So the unlimited shapes of the proteins, they are possible. So they are given to the Golgi apparatus to give them the final shape. So secondary structure, that is the alpha helical structure, if the single polypeptide chain is folded over itself. If the two chains are running parallel, they are folded around each other, beta helical structure. If the three chains are folded, triple helical structure. Then if a polypeptide chain is requiring the folding to take a complex globular structure, tertiary structure, most of the enzymes, they are having tertiary structure, and the sometime more than one polypeptide chain, they are wounded around each other to give us a compact structure like that of hemoglobin, which is made up of 4 polypeptide chain, 2 alpha and 2 beta chain. All this is done by the Golgi apparatus. So it is concerned with the modification of protein finishing of protein, giving the final shape to the proteins. And then it is released in the packed form, in the form of vesicles. So outer membrane is there. These vesicles are also having the same structure as that of cell membrane, but inside the special products are there. So these special products may be there, as in case of lysosomes, the hydrolytic enzyme and acid phosphatase. So finishing and packing of the product, and most of the secretions which are given, they are given by the Golgi apparatus. What is a gland? A group of secretory cell is defined as a gland, and the glands are classified into two groups: exocrine glands, which are going to pour their secretion in the ducts. Like the liver is the largest exocrine gland. Through the bile duct, it is going to give the bile to the liver. Then a sweat gland, mammary gland, and then all the digestive glands. So they are the exocrine gland. But the endocrine glands, they are also producing the secretion, but they are not pouring their secretion through the duct. So these are ductless gland. And a product of ductless gland is called as a hormone. So all the exocrine gland, all the endocrine gland, they are having prominent Golgi apparatus. Prominent mean it is very large in size and many numbers are there. Other cells may be having 1 or 2 Golgi apparatus, but a cell in the liver may be having 100 Golgi apparatus. So more numbers, more prominence of the Golgi apparatus is there in all the glandular tissues. There is a special name of Golgi apparatus. They are called as dictyosome, and they are going to indicate a very important role with reference to plant cell. In case of plant cell, a additional structure, the outer boundary, the cell wall is there, and this cell wall is synthesized by the Golgi apparatus in the plant cell. With reference to that, it is given a special terminology only in case of plant, that is dictyosome. Those individuals, very obese individual, fatty individual, normally the proteins are stored in the spaces in the endoplasmic reticulum. But in the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, there is no storage of lipids. So these lipids, extra lipids, they are sometimes stored within these membranes of the Golgi apparatus, and they are looking like fat droplets. That is why there is a third name of Golgi apparatus. It is also called as lipochondria. So Golgi apparatus, Golgi complex, Golgi body, dictyosome or lipochondria are the name of the same organelle. Now looking the relationship, how the endoplasmic reticulum is going to give its product to the Golgi apparatus, and how the Golgi apparatus is going to cause the finishing and packing of product, we are going to look at the animations. Looking at this animation, so this is a cell, this is the Golgi apparatus, this is endoplasmic reticulum, and both of these are dependent upon each other. This is the endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi apparatus, a closer look of that. So this is the face of the endoplasmic reticulum from where the product is being given. So this is the product which is made in the endoplasmic reticulum on the inner side, and this product will be transported in the form of these vesicles from the endoplasmic reticulum. This is the product. Let's say this was a protein and this is the sugar which is added. As I mentioned, most of the secretions, they are glycoprotein in nature, that is the glycogen in combination with the protein. Now this vesicle is going to move from the endoplasmic reticulum and it is going to be attached, fused with this Golgi apparatus. The product is given here, and now this product is being acted upon by the Golgi apparatus for the purpose of modification of these products. The spaces which are there inside, these are called as cisternae. This is the cis region, receiving end, receiving department, and this is the trans region, that is shipping department, and these are the medial regions where it is being modified. So looking at the details, so this product was given to the second sac where it is being modified, and after this modification, so let's say this was one of the protein, these are the sugars, so different processes are going to occur, and this product is given then to the next sac. then certain actions are being carried out with this sac, and then it is given to the last sac, and from the last sac it is given out in the form of these Golgi vesicle. They are going to touch with this cell membrane, giving this product, exporting this product out by the process of exocytosis. Dear students, the summary of today's discussion is that we started with the membrane bound organelles, and we looked at the relationship of the endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi apparatus, that how the various products they are produced by this machinery inside the cell and how they are being exported outside the cell. Inshallah, in our next program, we'll be continuing with the same discussion of membrane bound organelles. Till that time, take care and Allah Hafiz.